Hey everyone, welcome back to Seven Shepherds Farm. We're just going to take you along on another one of those quick moves today, just so you can see how we're rotating these sheep all summer long. On our last video, we kind of reeled back a temporary electric fence, so we used that to divide the last paddock. But today we are going to turn them into a little small hay field that they're going to stay in for just a day. We haven't turned them in this paddock yet this year because it is very thick in clover, and we were just worried about the clover being wet early in the spring. We've just had so much rain. We didn't want it to cause bloat to the sheep. So that's why they haven't been in there yet this year, but it's mature now and it's hot and dry and it's summer. So anyways, it's time to get them in this paddock for the first time this year. So after I move them here in a minute, I'm just going to kind of show you the grass in this hay field. It used to be, make really good hay, so it's going to be really good forage for the sheep, especially these lactating sheep that have bigger lambs on them. We're getting ready to wean these lambs in a couple weeks, so it's time to give them some good forage. So they're going to really like this small hay field where they're going. But anyways, we just wanted to kind of take you along on that, give you a little forage update, show you what they're grazing on, and then yeah, just watch a cool move. All right, here we go. All right, today's another one of those days where we did not even have to call them. They just heard our side-by-side whenever we came to start putting up gates and moving the water tank and stuff. So they were kind of up here on top of this hill grazing the woods, and they all just kind of heard us and started making their way down. So I think we'll just kind of let them keep pouring off that hillside, move what we can through, and then we'll go up there with the four-wheelers and kind of see if there's anything left. But all right, I'm going to start calling them through now. All right, Eli's going to open the gate there. We'll call them through. Yeah, sheep, sheep, sheep. They kind of just follow the dogs. Whoop. Got a traffic jam right here. Kind of a long, narrow opening to this field. These little lambs and sheep here stop right to start munching on that ragweed. That's what we love about sheep. Seems like they go for the weeds first, and we have plenty of weeds on this farm. So it's kind of cool to see them stop there and start eating weeds. Oh. Got a few left coming in here at the end. We'll see if we have any new babies this morning. We haven't yet checked for those, but we've had lots and lots of new babies being born. Heat hasn't seemed to affect them too much. They're usually here at the end of the pack. It's like we still got lots of them coming off this hillside here. Oop. Okay. See if I can kind of get these last ones pouring off that hillside. There they come. They're all getting the memo. Sheep are moving. Let's see, this other paddock that they're coming off of now, they were in there for 3 days. I think we had kind of talked about leaving them in there for 2 days. We did 3. It was just so incredibly hot here yesterday. It was about 103 heat index, so we decided not to move them yesterday, just leave them where they were. Today is only high at 88, so we went ahead and decided to wait another day, just so we weren't moving them on that extremely hot day. They were comfortable out there grazing the woods and the open fields in the evening, but there was no need to push them during the heat of the day like that. All right, I'm gonna go out here now where they're all spread out in this bottom field and kind of show you the forage that they're gonna get for the next few days, while the rest of these find their way. We're also gonna move the mineral feeder and dog feeder through. All right, so this is the forage situation that we're talking about in here. It's extremely thick forage since it hasn't been grazed yet this year. There's plenty of weeds mixed in there, but there is just a lot of clover and a lot of fescue. So they ought to be happy in here for 2 days. Now, there are plenty of paddocks of hay fields that we have that don't have, a lot of shade for the sheep, but this one in particular does have a big chunk of woods, not even woods really, just a big chunk of trees that they can all fit under. So, I guess that's something to think about whenever you're designing paddocks, is just think about if you're in an area that has hot summers, to give them a little shade. Now, we've never had any issues with ours, dying or being too hot in the sun, not having enough shade. So I guess we have enough shade around the edges of the hay fields for them to all have some shade, but just something to think about. I know that's something we've really thought about on the other side of the farm where we're designing new paddocks, is just to make sure we've got little chunks of woods or trees or something to give them shade during the heat of the summer like this. That's just kind of what we're doing right now. We had a couple hay fields on the other part of the farm that we ended up cutting for hay, so we had Jake's brothers cut that. So Jake's been kind of working in the hay fields the last couple of days, hauling hay. Since we weren't going to be over there grazing quite yet, we decided to cut a few of those. But other than that, we've been moving sheep a couple days here or at our farm. So that's about what we've been staying busy with right now. We're going to go move the sheep at our house too, so I'll take you along on that. Show you how we're going to kind of move them through our corral to get to another section of our farm today. So I'll take you along on that. But all right, here's one of our new little babies right here. She was the last one to move through. This one looks like it might have been born this morning. She still had some afterbirth coming off of her, but they were the last ones to make it through, but we just let them take their time, left the gate open for them to find it. And now they're in here with the other part of the flock. Okay, I want to touch on this fall, summer, lambing, whatever you want to call it. So this was just totally an experiment, but I know a lot of people are really interested in it because not a lot of people lamb this time of year. Basically, we had 200 of those older 2-year-old ewes that we bought that happened to be bred whenever we bought them, and we didn't know it. So they lambed in like January and February. And we had turned our rams out December 1st to hopefully breed all 1,000 ewes, including the 800 yearling ewes, the ones that were born in May, and then hopefully those 200 2-year-old ewes. Well, since the 200 2-year-old ewes were lambing December, January, February, we knew that they were not going to get bred by the rams when we turned them in December 1st. So in order to help everything hopefully recycle and breed better, we decided to only leave the rams in for 6 weeks, and then we pulled them out for 5 weeks, and then we reintroduced them to the sheep to hopefully make everything that had a winter lamb and any kind of younger ewe lamb that wasn't cycling yet in December, that hopefully she would be ready to cycle the end of February when she was about 2.5 months older. So it was just a total experiment. We turned them back in the end of February just to see if we could get some more lambs out of them, because we want to keep everything on the same breeding cycle. So we didn't want to turn the rams back in any later than the end of February, because we want either lambs now or not at all from these ewes, because we want everything to recycle December 1st and have a lamb May 1st of next year. We want everything on the same breeding schedule. So that is why we are having little lambs right now at the end of July. We didn't know if we'd have any from them, because they say it's hard for rams to breed anything like in March and April. And that's kind of when, we turned them in the very end of February. So we were not sure if any of these things would have even gotten bred. But they did. We are having a lot of lambs, about 6 of them a day right now, and they're just keeping right up with the flock. We don't even hardly notice that there's new lambs being born. So we're keeping a close eye on their navels. We're making sure that they move whenever we move, and just kind of like what we did in the spring, but they're just kind of fitting right in with the flock. So right now we have not hardly noticed an issue with it at all. It's been super easy. So we're glad that we went ahead and reintroduced those rams to try to get some more of these ewes to give us a lamb this year. But this is something that we don't ever plan to do again. This is just something we did this year to get a bigger lamb crop, since we had so many issues with having winter lambs and having 800 yearling ewes. So anyways, I just wanted to give everyone an update on the fall lambing situation. These fall lambs, we do still plan to sell them in the market this winter, like in February when the market is really hot. So anyways, we still plan on selling this lamb crop in around February sometime. So they might be a little on the smaller side, but we'll still be able to get rid of them when the market is really good this winter. So, all right, let's go move our sheep now. We're at our farm now, which is just connected to the rental farm, but our own piece of property that we own. And I'm moving our sheep today as well, so I just thought I'd take you along on a smaller scale sheep move as well. So we have about 100 ewes at our place, and then all their lambs. I'm going to take you along on our sheep move as well. They're following my side-by-side here, and then I'm going to take them through our corral to start our rotation over again. So they've made it one whole rotation 2 times already this year, so this will be the 3rd time of our rotation. All right, let's go. Okay, so I failed to hit record on the rest of that video whenever the sheep were moving through the corral and into the next paddock. But anyways, so they kind of had to move through like a paddock that they had already been on. And so they just followed me straight through that paddock and then through the corral and then to the start of our rotation again. So sorry I didn't get that on film, but error on my fault. I hit pause instead of play on the video, so we didn't get the end of that video, but they all got moved through, and we went back and moved the water tank and the dog food and the mineral feeders. So that was it for that little move. But thanks for following along on Seven Shepherds Farm. Glad to give you an update on our fall lambing, and we'll keep you posted on some more fencing videos and some more moving videos and just everything we have going on in the homestead on this channel. So if you enjoy what you're seeing, just hit that like and subscribe button, and we really appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Thanks for following along.